What's up, everybody? Wanted to go over a quick video by a scholar by the name of Ammon Hillman, who was recently on a podcast with this guy by the name of Danny Jones, and he has a few things to say about the Bible and Jesus. He's basically attempting to say in this podcast that Jesus was basically some drug lord. That's why he was so famous. He says that the word Christ has been misinterpreted all these years. It's been one of the biggest cover-ups, he says. Basically, the word Christ to him means something to the lines of applying drugs to your eyes as they may be open. And then there's a verb there that means to be stung by a gadfly. This type of, this view of the word Christ is nothing but just silly and fringe views. It's so easy to show how this is just nothing but a conspiracy theory by some guy that has, I don't know, I'm not going to say much about what his intentions are, but it's very easy to show what's going on here. The word Christ is obviously referred to from the Old Testament, where we are promised about a Messiah figure, an anointed one that will come for the world. Specifically, when you read prophets like Jeremiah and Isaiah, you really start getting this more vivid through the prophet books of the Old Testament. And this is a big point, because Ammon Hillman states that he doesn't know much about the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, and hasn't dealt a whole lot with it. So this is a big issue. He doesn't even know what the New Testament is even originating from. He tries to find parallels and correlations by other books not written by any type of New Testament author or biblical author. It all has to do with ancient medical texts is where he's getting this wordplay from. And on one hand, it's not that he's wrong, because in the partiality of it, you can translate the word as applying something over yourself. Like many times in the Old Testament, somebody is anointed, and the person is anointed with oil of some sort, right? Whether it be David or Daniel or Samuel and whatnot. Many people in the Old Testament are put out like this. However, we have no correlation to say that this is how we should translate the word within the New Testament Bible in reference to Jesus, because the word changes depending on the context of the passages itself. So, for example, one of his big go-tos is Mark 14, which is when Jesus gets arrested, and he tries to say a lot of it is because of some type of pedophilia, and Jesus is a drug lord, and this ends up being why he's arrested and killed. However, for some weird reason, conveniently, Ammon stops at verse 52 instead of actually finishing out the entire chapter, because if you go through the entire chapter, you wouldn't be able to come to this silly theory about why Jesus was arrested on Ammon's view and whatnot. We know Jesus was arrested in Mark 14, and then when he is after he is arrested and he's before the council, the Jewish council, we see when they start questioning him about who are you, they end up asking him, are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed, Son of the living God? And imagine if you were to just translate this word the way that Ammon's doing, and it just genuinely makes no absolute sense. But Jesus here is condemned for blasphemy, not for being some drug lord or some guy doing pedophilia. So, thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful to you guys, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below.